Before going to study detailed structure of atom, we see what is atom. The word atom came from Greek language. In Greek language, Thomas means smallest divisible particle and atomos means smallest indivisible particle. The ancient Greek philosopher Democritus once said that all matter is made up of atoms which are indivisible. Everyone agreed. But as he was a philosopher, he could not prove it. Even before Democritus, our Avai party said about an atom. Praising the Thirukural, she said, அணுவை துளைத்து ஏழு கடலை புகட்டி குறுக தரித்த குரல். Here the word anu means atom. The divisibility of atom is more difficult. She said like that. So from this statement we can have an idea about ancient Tamil people. Ancient Tamil people had also had an idea about an atom and its indivisibility. Both the Democritus and the Avai party have some similarities. Both are philosophers. Both of them did not have any proof, that is scientific proof for an atom. So the credit of discovering the atom actually goes to John Dalton, because he is the first one gives the scientific postulates about atom, in which one of the postulates stated that all matter is made up of atoms which are indivisible. Whenever we talk about atom or atomic structure, we cannot forget the name John Dalton, because he was the pioneer of atomic structure. In the beginning of first quarter of the 19th century, John Dalton proposed his postulates about an atom. At the end of the first quarter of the 19th century, Michael Faraday, a British scientist, while doing his research on electrolysis process, he saw that metals are dissociated and deposited. So he thought that atoms might have the subatomic particle in them. For that, he did an experiment in which he took a glass tube like in this video, and he took a particular gas molecules in that glass tube and they were partially vaporized. Then he kept two electrodes, that is cathode and anode. Then he applied high voltage in between these two electrodes. He thought that a ray would be passing through it or any other changes would occur. But it did not happen because the ray is invisible. To make the visible rays, he produced a hole in the anode. Then inside the anode, he gave a coating of zinc sulfide. The property of this zinc sulfide is that it would give phosphorescence color in darken. Like he thought that the ray was visible, but the ray was very thin. Because of this, Michael Faraday said that John Dalton was wrong and the atoms are divisible. But he did not talk about any of its characteristic of the rays as strongly as he talked about it being divisible of an atom. In the beginning of third quarter of the 19th century, Henry Chisler, a German scientist, and he was also a glass blower, he wanted to do the same experiment what Michael Faraday done, and he wanted to do some changes in that experiment. That was, he reduced the pressure on that glass tube so that number of molecules will be reduced. Then he applied a high voltage in between these two electrodes so that he saw a full glow on the glass tube. Then he said, when he reduced the gas molecule, the number of molecules will be reduced. That molecules will receive the current, it emits electrons. That electrons will move from cathode to anode. So, the ray is only the negatively charged particles. Then he named the ray as cathode rays.